Hello, everyone. I think I accidentally pressed the wrong button, so we're live. Good morning, good evening, everybody. I was trying to fix the studio mode. Did not work out like I expected.
We might still be on an ad break for some people.
Should not be. It's
Yes.
7 p.m. So
Well,
we are
I have 10 seconds left on my ad, but hello everybody.
10 seconds left. Should I fill some time for 10 seconds and then just do our intro in like the next 5 seconds?
Well, I'm live now. Hello everyone.
You're live. Well, then we're live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, I'm your host, Danny. That's your host, Juice. We're missing a host, Matt. And I don't even know if we're live, but I'm pretty sure we're live for everyone at this point.
We are. We're live. Hello.
How you doing tonight, Juice?
I'm doing all right. You know, I wonder. I don't think we're there yet. We're almost in that territory where I feel like we've done more episodes without Matt than we have with him.
It's very sad.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm very sad
all right.
about
Well,
this.
that's what happens when you have kids.
Kids are the worst.
Like, just stay forever alone and watch wrestling and hate your life. That's what
Well, you don't have to be alone, and you just don't have to have kids.
Forever. Yeah, I'm ready to dive in. We got a lot of wrestling to talk about, so let's do this.
All right, tonight's trivia question. I think it might be easy. We'll find out. In honor of the 5-year anniversary, let's go back 5 years. What was the main event of the first Dynamite?
Oh man. Well, it ended, I believe, with the Inner Circle reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think Sammy and MJF was on the show, but I think that opened. I know Nyla and Riho was midway. I don't know if Bucks and Private Party were the first show. That was probably like a few weeks in. Oh man, I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm gonna say it was. I'm gonna go with Bucks and Private Party, and I know that. No, hold on. I think it was the Bucks. Bucks versus SCU. That's my guess.
All right, that's your guess. Jay DeFalco in the chat says Kenny and the Bucks versus Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz.
Yeah, he's right.
Which plays right into the Inner Circle formation. Yes, all right, you were on the right track. I thought you were gonna go with it.
Yeah.
And then you veered.
Well, you know what it is? I didn't. I remember they were the ending, so I knew they played into it, and I knew the Bucks played into it. I just didn't think they were like there in the ring already. But I forget Jericho was kind of already with them. Oh well.
Yeah. That's when pretty much Jericho, Swagger, and I'm sorry, Hager. My apologies. And Santana and Ortiz were pretty much kind of together, and that was the big Sammy reveal because he had the opening match against Cody. So that was why everyone was like, "Oh shit, Sammy turn what?" Yeah, even though no one knew Sammy.
I think Sammy MJF fought another show first. Maybe whatever. It doesn't matter.
And then Jay DeFalco reminding that Mox and Kenny had the fight where Mox put him through the glass table at the backstage at the end.
Yes.
As well. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have so much wrestling to talk about, and honestly, WWE, AEW, a lot of good wrestling in my opinion this week. Bad Blood coming up this weekend. We had the 5-year anniversary show was last night, and it was a pretty big show. It delivered in my opinion. And we're also doing our own top 5 rankings of AEW Dynamite moments only, because obviously it was the anniversary of AEW Dynamite. So we're only doing AEW Dynamite moments. I am curious. I think one of Matt's moments might have been Collision. I don't know if you saw Matt's moments. We will talk about it. I might be wrong. I didn't look at it. I want to see if I was wrong live on air, so we'll find out.
Sure.
in due respect to Matt. So
there's no respect here.
Let's get right into our rankings, unless you have anything you want to say first.
No, let's do it.
Actually, I do want to say something first. Even though September is over, we still would love if you could subscribe, please. Down below is our link tree. If you have an Amazon Prime account, it is totally free for you, gives us money, costs you nothing. We're trying to get back up to our 10 total subs. We've dropped dramatically down to 2. I think everyone just keeps forgetting to re-up. The summer hit. It's all right. We're back in school. Everyone's kind of focused now, so please sub us back. Juice is crying. Juice, please don't.
I need money.
You know what? If we get back to 10 subs, I'm guarantee Matt will come back. Guaranteed Matt will come back when we get back to 10 subs. So help us out, guys, if you want to see Matt.
I just want money.
I just want money. All right, Danhausen. John Housen. There we go. Jesus. So many
money.
Housens. All right. So getting into it, let's look at our top 5 AEW moments.
Yeah,
Right above us. So, to the left, depending on how you're looking at it, to the left is Juice's, middle's mine, right is Matt's. What I found very interesting, besides you and Matt's like first one, all different, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, just goes to show, there's a lot of different moments, a lot of things that happened over these last 5 years on Dynamite. So.
And like a lot of different things that like affected us because like we all just, whatever moment hit us bigger than the other one, which is pretty interesting. What was your criteria, out of curiosity?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have criteria. This was one that I feel like almost has to come naturally to you because it's like it's moments that defined like the program for you as you watched over the years, and it's honestly like it's kind of what they did last night. Where in my mind, it has to be something where they'll show it 5 years from now in their 10-year program and be like, this is a moment, this is something that defined AEW. Like, it really shouldn't be like some like little nothing, like, oh yeah, that match was a really good match and that's it. Like, it needs to be a very defining moment for the company.
Agreed.
And that could be anything. It could be a match, it could be a turn, it could be a win, it could be anything. So
Agreed.
That's my criteria, I guess. But
the one thing I did do, I'm pretty sure I did 1 through 6 technically, was to try to avoid Grand Slam. Just because I always view Grand Slam as like a pay-per-view caliber thing, and I really want to try like shine more light on like the weekly Dynamite moments that aren't billed as like a big Dynamite. So I try to do that, because also Grand Slam just is guaranteed to provide like a great moment. So I was kind of trying to see like where else we would get where else like I remembered great moments from. The other thing I found really interesting, we all did these lists. You two did these lists before the show last night. I had my list. I just put it in the sheet this morning. So technically I also did before the show. But as the moments were going through the show, I just kept seeing like, oh, there's a moment from our list. Oh, there's a moment from our list. And it was just dope seeing like the moments like that really impacted were like all over the show last night. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. So I think, there's really no rhyme or reason to get into it. I don't know if we want to start with Matt's or one of ours.
Let's rip Matt's up. Let's judge his real hard. He's not here.
Sure. So the first one, number 1, it's the same as mine, so I guess I can speak to it pretty well. Danielson versus Omega. While I get what you're saying, at the end of the day, it's still a Dynamite, so I counted it. I had no problems counting it. It was such a moment. It defines, honestly, the time so well where Danielson just came in, Cole, Punk, like Rampage just launched, crowds were back. Like, this is the first time in New York, first time these two are fighting off ever, and you get a 30-minute like classic from them, which who knows if we're ever going to get again. And I think that's what makes it so special and sticks out. And I personally hope we don't get it again. As much as I love them both, I just selfishly would like to keep it as this. But yeah, I think it's easy number 1 for both me and Matt.
100%. And that was such a, we were there for it live. I think what that moment also did was like set the tone for Grand Slam. Like,
for sure,
that main event made us really believe like Grand Slam's a big show. Like, I don't care, every week, every year, Grand Slam's gonna be like a pay-per-view caliber. We have to be there. Even this past year, like, say what we want, how disappointed some of it laid out or the storylines, Grand Slam was still a great show. Like, it was still a big show.
It delivered.
So I loved it, and I agree with you guys. I think it really did set the tone. Next
Yeah.
one, he has Kingston defeating Danielson in the Continental Classic, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Good pick.
he loved. So me and him talked a little bit about it. Obviously, I mean, I offered him to do this. I know he eventually said no, and then like an hour later, he's like, "Here you go."
I was so
So
happy
I
he
didn't.
did it.
Yeah, I didn't really push. I kind of just gave him the option to do one, and he made one. Um, so um, yeah, he loved how it defined Kingston. I mean, this was the finals of the Continental Classic, so like this was like the finals for his block to get him
Mm-hmm.
to the finals with Moxley, and he loved it. So it was a huge moment for him after coming back after all the losses early on. So he kind of wanted to do the road of Kingston, like as a whole, from like Grand Slam to World's End, which sure you could have said, but he said if you want to do a specific Dynamite moment, this would be the one. So
Dope.
I wrote that.
Dope. And I agree. That was a huge, great match. I mean, the build up for it as like he has to beat him. Also, it was great. This one,
Yeah.
was this on Dynamite? Christian saying "Go fuck yourself."
Yes, it
It was
was.
okay. That's the one I wasn't
Yes,
sure about.
yeah, so I fact checked his list with him because
Cool.
his original list did have some collision and a rampage. So I
Can
did
I
work
guess
with
that
him
he
to
had
make
Punk's
sure.
debut?
Yes,
I knew it.
yes, but yeah. So this was actually a year ago now. This was on the 4th anniversary show last year. So yeah, I mean, pretty simple. Christian was saying, "Go fuck yourself" in Edge's ear, Adam Copeland's ear.
One of
Pretty
the
amazing.
best lines. Like, just simple,
Yeah,
great hug, great moment. We all hook, line, and well, not all, but a lot of people hook, line, and sinker, and then just go fuck your. Oh man, beautiful. Like two brothers fighting. Next one, Le Dinner
but dinner.
Debonair. How do you feel
Yeah,
about this one?
I get it. I get.
I knew
I
you
get.
were
I
gonna
get
like it.
people. Yeah, and I get people enjoying it and like it. I mean, it was meant to do what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be dumb and stupid. Um, but hey, I mean, he could have put worse things on there, so I get it. It's a pretty funny moment.
And I mean, huge for whatever reason, huge rating moment. I don't know why so many people just like loved it, but like, you know,
He's the demo god.
yeah, that of course. But I can understand why Matt likes it also because he's a big, growing up 80s, 90s WWE guy. So like he likes the story, he likes the showmanship, and like that we said it then, but like they did it in a good way where it's just like that was straight up WWE and it was very enjoyable the way they did it. So yeah, I can see it. Number 5 for him, Swerve Stomp on Keith Lee.
So I can give more detail if you don't remember. I
don't.
wanted it to fit on the screen, so
Totally
I
fine.
abbreviated his answer. This was when he did the swerve stomp with the cinder block.
Oh
That,
shit! Yes. Okay. Yes.
this is
Yes.
when
Yes.
he took
Yes.
out Keith Lee for a while. So it's not just him doing a swerve stomp on Keith
I was
Lee.
confused. I was trying to think. I'm like, was it like a tag team? I'm like, it has to be a big moment. I just can't remember why it was so big.
It's the cinder block when it took him out for a while. So I get that. And I mean, from there, the honorable mention, I think he just wrote that in because I wrote mine in.
Also, I think he just put that because he got to view it live, probably just hearing you boo Jack Perry all the time and then joining in on the booing.
Well,
just must be so fun.
To be specific.
Hey, yo,
Keverlast,
sorry to cut you off. Keverlast with the subscription, 9 months running. Thank you, sir. He wants Matt back, everyone. We need 7 more, and we get Matt back.
Zombie running around up there.
That was dope. Did Keverlast do that? Is that because it's Halloween, probably?
Zombie!
That's nuts.
Oh, I feel like Thanos with the Infinity Stone. I got a little bit there. Thank you. Feel it in my bones and my phalanges.
So going back to booing Jack Perry.
So what he specified was that he his note was booing Jack Perry while everybody else was still cheering him. Basically saying he was in on the ground floor of hating.
Yes.
Jungle
Dork, if I remember correctly.
Well, there was a bunch. Jungle Dork, Jungle Bitch, Jungle Baby. Like, he had, you name it. He had them all.
Very fun.
So that's Matt's.
All right. So let's go
let's
to
do
our
yours.
list then. You want to maybe alternate?
Yeah, I guess, sure. You can go for I already did my number 1.
That's why I figured. All right, so my number 1, just huge moment for me as a 90s WCW kid, 90s WWE kid, Monday Night Wars, seeing Sting come back after thinking he was done after Seth Rollins hurt him was huge. I didn't know it was coming. I don't know if people did or not. I had no idea. So, like, seeing that, I literally, like, marked out in my house and, like, jumped out of my seat. It was one of the dopest moments. I'm wearing the Sting shirt. Like, I fucking love it.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one for sure. Can't complain, can't knock it. Yeah, I don't really remember if that one was like
It was on
well
the
known or
Winter is Coming
speculated.
episode.
No, I remember that. I just
Oh.
don't know if it was really well known or speculated online. Like you said, like you didn't expect
Right?
it. I don't really know. I don't know if that it might have been out there like the day of rumored, but that's it. I don't even
Especially because, like, everyone thought his career was over. So, like, I don't think anyone even would speculate. Like, why would you? Yeah, cool. All right, your number 2?
Yeah, my number 2 is Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz versus Best Friends in the Parking Lot Brawl. This was during the Daily's Place days. They fought and they did it there. I thought it was one of, if not the most unique match that they had done. Not that it's never been done before, but
No, it was
the fact
great.
that they just the fact that they did it and pulled it off and how it felt at that time. Again, this was in 2020, like during I think this was during
COVID,
was
during
this,
the pandemic.
yeah, I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, it was in 2020. I just don't remember if it was that early in 2020 where maybe it was just
I think
an
it was in
actual
March.
show. Then yeah, so either way, it was during Daily's Place time. Just an awesome match, and honestly, whenever I think back on like AEW and like that match, always pops in my head. I always just think of that one in particular. I'm fighting out there. It was just it stuck out to me so much, and that's why I put it at number 2.
And funny enough, this actually just missed my list. This is the one I cut because I had put the honorable mention on there and stuff. But my favorite moment from this is just how big Sue got. Like everyone fell in love with Sue with the minivan. It was so dope. That's like the thing I remember the most about this match. I love Sue. My number 2 during the MJF Jericho feud where he wasn't allowed to come out to his entrance music and stuff. Just no one expecting the fans singing his entire song. Like fans had it up on their phone to make sure they had the lyrics down. That was just dope because like no one expected it and it was like very surreal to watch and stuff. That was awesome. I think that really stuck out to me, that moment.
You know what, Danny? That's a sleeper pick. I like that pick because not gonna lie, when it popped up here on the screen and I saw it, I was gonna get at you about it. I was gonna say that's a cop out pick. Like, because I thought you were just gonna be like, oh, the fans when they sing Judas,
every time they sing it, I love every time they sing it.
I think it's really cool. I was gonna be like, that's a cop out. That's a bitch pick. But you redeemed yourself, so I'll take it. No, that's a good one. That's a very good call. I like that pick.
Oh man, I appreciate that. That's a great reaction too. I really appreciate that.
You're good.
All right, your number 3.
My number 3 is kind of in line with number 2. It's another one from like kind of the early days. This was right before the pandemic, but it's when Omega and Page won the tag titles, specifically because they won them on the cruise. They won them on the ship, on that show, on the Jericho cruise. And just, again, a unique environment, something that like stuck out and like makes it feel unique and not just them like, oh, here's another Wednesday Dynamite in a regular crowd. So, yeah, I just thought that was really cool to see that because when's the last time you can really remember seeing a wrestling company do a show in a unique venue like that?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been a long time.
I think we said it then. Like the last time I could think of anything like that was Mall of America in like '95 with WCW. Like I don't remember anyone doing a show really anywhere else besides an arena. I can't really think of anything like that unique.
I can't really recall TNA ever doing it.
Yeah,
WWE
and
WWE did the tribute to the troops, but like that,
yeah,
that kind of counts.
Guess.
But like even then, they stopped doing that. Now they just do it in a normal building.
Yeah, I know. My number 3, the Brody versus Cody dog collar match. Man, I loved it. I thought it was so brutal and so defining of like what AEW really wanted to like accomplish, what Brody Lee really wanted to be like outside WWE and stuff. How Cody was really trying to like put everyone on the map that came into the company and stuff. As even if he lost or won, whatever, he really tried to make like every match a big main event match. So this was a great match to me. I always remembered it, and an easy way to kind of remember Brody without using the whole Brody show, because the Brody tribute show, which would have been like an easy cop out, but like specifically a
Yeah,
Brody moment.
fun. Yeah, yeah. It's funny. It was on my big list when I first did this. I didn't have this dog collar match though on it. I had their first match
For the title?
because
Yeah.
this was the rematch when Cody was trying to get it back and
Yeah.
Brody still won. I liked the first match more because that's when Brody came in, like destroyed him, broke the belt over him, like stood over him with the
I
Dark
forgot about the
Order.
broken belt.
But like
That's fair.
I like, so that's just me. I like that segment moment more, but the dog collar match was still awesome. So both are very solid.
No, 100%. I totally forgot about the broken belt, but yeah, no, cool. Your
Yep.
number 4.
My number 4 is Thunder Rosa winning the women's title. This was not the first match, not the match that they showed last night on Dynamite. This was a year later when they fought in a cage, and this is when Rosa actually won the belt from Britt.
Nice.
So I know everyone
That
was
cage
talking
match
about
was dope.
yeah, I know everyone liked the first year more, and it was good. But this was one and out. This was in front of people. I believe it was even in Texas, so it was in Thunder Rosa's hometown. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Thunder Rosa fan, so I loved her winning the belt, even if it was from Britt as well. But yeah, so I put that one up there for sure.
Fantastic. My number 4 was the MJF being bullied promo to CM Punk, where he was like telling him about like his childhood and like how CM Punk was supposed to be his hero. I think that was like finally a different promo, and I think a very defining promo in their feud, like in the Punk MJF feud also. So yeah, no, I literally, that's the promo I remember the most that MJF did or has done since. So I really like that one.
Nice. Yeah, that was a good segment. That whole feud was great. I couldn't really pick. I mean, like I would have said like, actually, you know what? That was probably Dynamite. I probably could have put that. When Punk got the blood all over his white shirt.
I'm pretty sure that was Dynamite.
And like that was like right before the dog collar though.
Yeah.
But either way, it's solid.
No, dope.
Yeah.
Your number 5, of course.
So my number 5, I actually changed it after I posted my original list. Because I was between a bunch for number 5, like, and a lot of them were Grand Slam, and while it is a Dynamite, I was trying not to go too Grand Slam, like with a list, like multiple whatever. So like I think I had Eddie winning the Ring of Honor title, Claudio. I considered the Acclaimed winning at Grand Slam as well. They were both great moments, but then I thought about this one that like just happened, and I was like, all right, well, if I'm gonna pick a moment from like this year, like that's probably one of the biggest moments, if not like that and Adam Page with the house are like hand in hand for 2024. So I went with the Mariah May one because it was so expected, but still unexpected when they did it and how they did it. The Owen and all that. So
yeah, fair.
Yeah, I think it deserved to be the top 5.
Mine one was just, I loved Kenny at the time. Still love him. Hope he gets back. But Kenny winning the world title, I think, expected. Another one that's kind of expected, but needed. Like, at that point, best wrestler in the world, in a lot of people's opinion. World title had, been given to certain people to really define the company. And now it was Kenny's turn to really be like, all right, give me the belt. We started the company. I'm the best one. Like, let's really start doing this heel turn and really doing some of his best work on TV. You know what I mean? So I really like that moment.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, I'm pretty sure number 5 and number 1 for you were the same night.
Yes, and I was trying to avoid that, but I couldn't.
You like it?
That was just a great show and a really good show for Dynamite, for AEW.
And now
the honorable mentions, and both of ours are funny for different reasons.
This is Danny. No,
I want to go first because I feel like yours is better.
Wow, funny. I'll remember that. Okay, you go first.
So, Blood and Guts, great. The first Blood and Guts, great moment, awesome. The reason it didn't crack the top 5 is because I'm still fucking salty because we should have been there, and it's bullshit.
2 weeks away, Danny.
So
2 weeks away.
Close. And then when they rescheduled our show, no Blood and Guts.
Yeah, I mean, at
Very
least it
upsetting.
was scheduled to the week before Grand Slam, so it was cool to go to back-to-back Dynamites.
Right? But
But
damn. Damn, damn,
yeah,
damn.
'cause that was again still that peak time when like we got to see Cole's first AEW match. Yeah, fart. We got to see Danielson and Omega like make the match happen. The
Yeah,
same,
of
so it
course.
was
So
still a
like
decent,
we still
but
got decent
yeah,
stuff out of it, but Blood and Guts was like we were it was in our hand. I hate to bring it up because it's too soon, but it's very similar for you this past year with Grand Slam where you just had like, Darby and Brian. So I was just like, we were so close to something epic that we've never seen before and like,
listen, man. I
damn.
mean, it's a yearly thing at this point. I mean, you want to go back to 2023. I mean, all of us were robbed. Like, I'm still convinced, I'll always be convinced, Grand Slam 2023 was supposed to be Danielson versus Punk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then at Full Gear, MJF was going to beat Punk.
100%.
So, like, obviously, different world now, timeline, it's what it is. But there's a world out there, a universe out there where those matches all happened. And I saw them. That's the juice box.
There's a universe where we saw Blood and Guts, we saw Brian and Punk, and we saw Darby and Danielson.
And yeah, and Darby. So this, I mean, everything's all messed up. The whole world's upside down. That's what we get though.
And with that, we go to your honorable mentions, sir.
Okay, this is not funny. I'm actually upset that you said it's funny because I mean, it's been like 4 years now. Like this is a Hall of Famer missing, and no one knows where he is, and no one seems to care. I've asked Tony Khan, I've asked Will Washington, I've asked Sean Ross Sapp. Nobody wants to report on this and look into the matter. Like Shaquille O'Neal is missing. He was in the ambulance. Tony Schiavone must have worked some voodoo or done something while he was talking to us. Then he opened the door to talk to Shaq, and Shaq was gone. Shaq has been missing, and nobody knows where he is. And it's just like we just move on. Like I don't know who in the world is on NBA today or tonight or whatever it is with Charles Barkley. That is not Shaquille O'Neal.
What?
That's like some
Who is
like
that?
Kazam, freaking genie motherfucker with a boombox. That is not Shaquille O'Neal. He missing. And I really wish more people cared. One day we'll find out. We'll know where Shaquille O'Neal is. But I can't believe more people aren't talking about this.
Juice, until you said Shazam Kazam, I did not take you seriously. But you know
I know.
what?
Listen,
100% correct. This has happened to us before, and it's
on my
happened to us
research.
again.
Tez says he became Sinbad. You know what? That's a theory. I'm going to look into it. Thank you, because nobody else will. They did the weekend at Bernie's Stu Voodoo on Shaq. You know what? They might have. Something's not right
Something's
here, man.
fishy. We should look into this
I'm
more.
really
Social media.
scared.
Find out.
Where is Shaq? Hashtag where is Shaq? All caps.
Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag where is Shaq? I blame Grown-Ups too.
You know what? Though you can't, because I'm pretty sure Grown-Ups 2 was before Shaq went missing.
That's fair. That might have been.
Scary times out there, man. No one cares.
So I really like those top. You know what? Let me leave it up one more time. This is the final top 5 for Matt, Juice, and myself. I really like them. I think across the board, really all moments that defined AEW Dynamite and like huge moments. I don't think anyone.
Yes.
It's great. It's great.
Yes.
At home, if you think we missed anything big that you guys really like, let us know. Put it in the chat. We'll make another top 5 with yours. I'm fine with it. So
we're not.
Damn, I was trying to be
so
nice.
while you take that down and maybe get anything else you need to get set up, I'm going to do our next new segment. I'm going to open my pack of cards here. We have a new little weekly segment we do here. I have a ton of pack of cards I need to open from last Christmas before this Christmas. So here I am opening one a pack a week to show you my hits.
Wait.
We'll see if we get anything good or not.
Tell the audience what you've done.
I don't want to.
Tell them what you've done. I'm mad at what you've done to them this past week.
And right, let me open the pack. Let me open this.
Jay DeFalco's fault also. Both of you are to blame.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. All right. First,
I blame the whole family.
First, I'm going to open this pack. We're going to go through these cards. Ooh, first one. We got an Isaiah Cassidy.
See how he's avoiding it, guys.
I'm not avoiding. I said I'm going to talk about it once I'm done showing the cards off.
Aroni.
So there's Isaiah Cassidy. I'm making sure he shows up okay.
Yeah,
Nice and shiny.
I don't like that. I don't like that picture. I like the
Yes.
background and everything. I think they could have picked a better picture for him.
That's not great. He looks like Tracy Morgan in The Longest Yard.
I was gonna say he looks like he belongs in the new fashion model group.
Little cheerleader. Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Alex Reynolds as well.
Alex.
Same
Reynolds.
like
All right.
Isaiah Cassidy.
All right.
Ooh, this one's pretty cool. What does this say? I can't even tell what that says underneath it.
You're losing him.
It says something, but we got Adam Page. It's a pretty cool one.
Hey,
It's giving a close line to
Texan. I don't know. Team.
I don't know what that
Texans,
says.
Team fans. Team something. That says team something.
I don't know. Either way.
Very
Team
badly.
Titan.
Very badly printed.
I don't
Good
know.
job,
Cool card,
AW.
though.
Good job, Top.
Ooh, we got a nice Excalibur card.
Oh, that's dope. Definitely
I like
Juice's
that.
favorite
It's got
so
a
far.
nice little blue shiny.
He was so
That's
happy.
cool. I like that. Yeah. Ooh.
I like
What is this? I like this. Ooh. I like this one a lot.
I like
Natural reasons. So it is a CM Punk.
That's how you know he hasn't opened these in a while, ladies and gentlemen. That's like, is that like almost like a 3D thing?
Yeah, it's got some like really cool like.
That's dope. I was gonna say that looks kind
foil.
of like funny in the camera, but that's definitely like a 3D kind of image. That's awesome.
Yeah. It says it's a premium card, so this is definitely the hit for the
Premium
pack.
live event.
That's really cool. I like that card a lot.
He'll be on a
And then
PLE this
lastly-
weekend.
We have two more base cards. We have Anthony Bowens and Danhausen.
Danhausen, where has he been? I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid they're gonna release him. I haven't seen him in.
Danhausen's card says claims to be 6'7", weight over 300 pounds.
Yeah. I love that.
That's a good pack. I like that.
Yeah,
The Punk was
that
good.
was dope.
But yeah, no. So what I did? So these are old packs. So I bought over the weekend or last week a hobby box, a bigger box for the new line, 2024 line, and I considered waiting until Christmas to open it, but I got one for me and one for my
I was
brother.
really kidding you.
And he wanted to open his, so I was like, all right, well, I'm going to open up mine. These are the new cards. The whole point was to open the older cards here on the show, and the newer cards were just opened with him.
Yeah.
And we got some pretty good hits. I'll see if I can find mine really quick.
I was gonna say, try to find like the one you texted about, like the big one.
I found it. Luckily, it sticks out
Look
pretty
at that.
well in the deck. So I got a Will Ospreay. Like it's like a merch.
Oh, that's dope.
Where it's for Forbidden Door. It's got it's like a T-shirt. So I'm on the wrong side. Wrong side. It's a nice little like cloth on it. So it's not numbered or anything, but it is the nice. It was one of the big hits in the deck. It says on the back of it, like congratulations.
It's like one of those if you've ever done basketball cards, like one of those jersey cards. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it was a really good hit. I liked it. It was a little bit jelly of my brother though. He got a 2 out of 5 Hardy Boys card, so numbered out of 5.
Which Hardy?
And it was both Hardys on them.
That's dope.
It was a gold parallel, and it had like 2 merch patches, one for Matt, one for Jeff. So 2 shirt patches, a gold parallel numbered 2 out of 5.
That's very dope.
Yeah, he got the better hit, but I still do like the Will Ospreay Forbidden Door hit.
No, for sure. No, that's awesome. Congrats to the.
I don't really look to sell these. I just buy them to collect.
Yeah, of course. Display
Stuff.
All right.
Oh, I like that.
With that being said, let's go on to talk about some wrestling this week. Since we just did our top 5 moments of AEW, let's stick with AEW.
Sure.
You want to start us off with some Collision?
Yeah. So before
What about
Collision,
all them commanders you got?
Well, yeah, there was one pack I opened had like 4 commanders in a row.
No
They were different variants of commander, so
repeats at all.
Actually, I did pretty well on the repeats. So
Nice.
like it's a 100 card base set, and I think I got 1 through 100. I think I was missing 4 of them, and then I only got like 5 duplicates. And luckily, my brother, the ones I didn't get, he got, so we traded because he had duplicates.
That's dope.
So I ended up with the full set, but because I guess it worked out because he got the better card, he didn't get all of the base cards, so he ended up missing some, whereas I got all of them. But it
Nice.
worked out.
Oh, where'd you go?
What?
Your video just went out.
It is. That's weird.
We're looking at an orange juice. Ha. And you're back.
Hello. That's weird.
Welcome.
I think I touched anything.
Well, sometimes
All
you
right.
touch
Well,
yourself and you don't realize, bro.
all right. So my only note, yep, I'm missing 13 from that base set. Yeah. So
What's
missing
your
a
only
few.
note, buddy?
So my only note from Rampage was Anna Jay returned to the ring. I don't know
Yeah.
if you watched or saw, but
I saw clips.
she looked good.
Mhm.
She looked better. Like you can see the improvement from the tour in Japan. Like I think Ospreay posted about it. He made a good point. Like you can tell like her footwork and her movement in the ring, like the impact of the hits. It's all gotten better. So it's good to see that. Hopefully it translates into like momentum and actually a push. I'd like to see her and Mercedes go at it for a little bit. I think that'd be nice. So that was all I had for
Sweet.
Rampage. And then Collision. It was Grand Slam Collision.
Grand Slam Collision.
So I skimmed through it on TV just because I was there live. I know you can't say the same because you left like a little bee
Hey,
after the
I
Jericho
watched
match.
a good hour of that show. I was able to skip because I watched
That's
enough of it. That is very true.
You were only there for the one match. What do you mean skip?
I saw the end of the Jack Perry match. I didn't have to rewatch the Jack Perry match. I saw all the Orange Cassidy stuff, and then some of those like put in backstage segments. They weren't that long, so the two matches were a pretty long time.
That wasn't an hour.
I said about an hour.
All right, you probably didn't watch it. You're
Try
disgrace
me.
as a wrestling
Try
host.
me. You don't even watch a whole show. Be quiet. A whole company.
Yes, I do. Oh well, that's my choice. You left either way. So
It's my choice.
first piece of news: Soraya re-signed with AEW.
Yep.
1-year deal.
That's dope.
Came out, I believe, a few days after Grand Slam Collision. I loved the match with her and Jamie Hayter. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Nice
it
little
was
hardcore.
an awesome hardcore, and I like that they still had the count out with, even though they had like the no DQ and hardcore aspect of it, because it just like it kept it going, and it's a little bit different. Like everyone thinks it has to be both no DQ and no count out, and you can do one or the other and still have like a good match, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, so I just remembered as you were talking. I never even told you or anybody that was with us for the show. I don't know if he was there the whole time, but for Collision, there was a guy that ended up being behind us, and I can hear him talking to people that were also behind us, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really follow this company. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm here for the wrestling show, and it's been pretty cool so far." And like during this whole match, he clearly didn't hear or understand the Soraya's rules, and he was just like, "Why isn't she doing this? Why isn't she doing that? What's going on? What is this?" And they're trying to explain to him all the rules, and he's like, "What are these rules?" Like he didn't know that was Soraya's rules.
That's
He
so
thought it was just
funny.
like wrestling. It was really amusing to hear him. Like,
That's so
be
funny.
confused. But yeah, I like that match.
No, it was a very good match.
Oh,
I enjoyed it a lot.
yeah. I only have 2 other notes for Collision. So obviously, if you have anything you want to add, by all means. It's just been so
We'll see.
long since it's been like almost 2 weeks, and yeah. So and I didn't really rewatch it, but my only notes is I don't know how I feel about Mortos being with Roosh and Dralistico.
You know what it
Like,
is? I'm not a fan of Roosh. Like
well, yeah.
the stable didn't work the first time, so I don't think just restarting the stable just because these two guys are kind of popular is going to make it work the second time. I think if anything, you're going to ruin all the momentum you've built up with these two guys by sticking them with this stable that didn't work.
Well, it's crazy because like Dralistico's been gone for a year. This was his first like match back, so he's not really hot. But like Roosh, the stable was Roosh, Preston Vance, Jose the assistant, and Dralistico, and now like Jose the assistant is gone. Preston Vance is back in Ring of Honor by himself, saying he's doing his own thing now, and like what happened to Roosh doing the Callis family and doing his own thing, and this group was dead. So it's clear there's no direction with Roosh. They have no idea what they're doing. And while Mortos has been losing a lot, like he's over. And the crowd loves him. And now you're gonna put him in this like heel group. It just feels like a big miscalculation.
Well, Mortos is playing a heel role. Like he's
He
facing
is.
baby
He
faces.
is.
So putting him in the heel group isn't like a bad decision. Putting him in this heel group is a bad decision, but not overall.
Yeah, again, I just think it's a big miscalculation. I just think even though he is being a heel and the crowd's still cheering him, like you were playing around with the Undisputed Kingdom, with Shane Taylor Promotions. You were clearly trying to play with him and see where he worked and what he fit in with. Just to put him now with Roosh and all that, I don't know. I don't like it. We'll see where it goes.
Doesn't make sense.
But,
And again, I think they're trying to get him to make the group more popular because everyone's going to want to see him, which just sucks.
Sure.
That's not right. And I'll say another thing. We
Chat
said this.
says-
So, Han, I'll let you go with chat in a second. We said this last week. The Callis family is very disorganized as far as the storyline with it because Roosh was supposed to be in there and now he's out. Trent, what happened to Trent? Trent joined him. Trent's gone. I know he got hurt, but like you can still put him on TV and he can still be with the group as like another talker or something like.
Well, not if he can't travel. I mean, if he's injured.
I didn't know he couldn't travel. I just assumed he was injured. You can still travel.
Yeah, I think it was his ankle or his knee or something.
All right.
Yeah, just saying, a lot of people can't travel when they're hurt. So chat saying who was worse, this guy or that kid chanting total gibberish?
The kid.
That kid was amazing. I don't know if you can hear him that well.
I don't even know what the hell the kid was saying half the time. He was saying and his
I
assume dad. No idea what the hell his dad was saying either. Just some crazy nonsense by those two.
Out of their minds.
All right, next.
You know what, though?
What's the last? Oh, sorry.
I didn't even think of this. Like, put all three of them in the Callis family. Like, beef it up.
Like you're trying to fill out the Callis family with like the 12 disciples or whatever. Put some randoms in there.
I moved on from that. If they haven't done it by now, they're never doing it.
Agreed, but I'm just saying, like that's how you start out with that stupid Last Supper picture, and then you don't follow through with it. It's kind of
it's been a lot of bad luck. I mean, Haas got hurt, Trent got hurt,
Sammy got hurt,
Davis got hurt, Sammy got hurt. Like that's 4 people right there that got hurt that were in. So it's been tough. My last note that I have, that MXM segment.
It was so bad.
Kenny, can I tell you,
how bad was it live?
It was awful.
I
mean, and the crowd cheered for them when they first came out, but once the segment got going, like, it was bad, and like people weren't even booing. It was just like nothing, and
it was too long.
Like I've been at these shows and I never leave early, and I always stay even though it goes till midnight or 12:30. And I tell you, like I legit considered just getting up and starting to walk and just leave. Because there were only 2 matches left. And it killed all the momentum, at least for me. Like all my not adrenaline, but all my energy, like being there, it was gone.
I would have taken a bathroom break. I would have went to go maybe get some food. I would have I didn't even taken a break from that. I'm just saying, just to not watch it.
The only good thing was about watching it live is I didn't have to watch it again on TV, so I didn't waste my time.
No, I mean, I'm sure it felt like forever. Even watching it dragged. It was going on way too long. You really just need like maybe 3 tops, but 2 models, and then you do the whole Billy Gunn thing. It might have landed a little bit better, but just like even the stuff they were saying, it wasn't even like kind of good. It was nothing. They were saying nothing. It was so bad.
And you know what? Even though I don't like them, like they were starting to warm up to me enough where I was like, okay, they're funny enough. They're getting over. I can let this slide.
I'll give it
enough.
a shot.
And yeah. And then honestly, and that's honest to God, I was really ready. I was kind of getting like, whatever, fine. I was like, all right, they're doing enough where like they're clearly in their element doing this. It's not someone telling them to do it. But then that segment hit, and I was like, that's it.
Awful.
That's it. Like any goodwill you got from me is gone. I cannot support this act anymore.
On the other end of the spectrum, I'm loving, and it's only little vignettes or whatever, but I'm loving the Outrunners stuff. I can't wait to like see them back in the ring again. It's gonna be so much fun. I know Matt loves the Outrunners, so like I can't wait for them to get back. It's gonna be great.
So good.
All right.
That's all I had for Collision. Everything else was pretty solid though. Sammy
Agreed.
Okada was good. Everything else was okay.
The strap lumberjack match, that was really good. That was really interesting. I liked it. It was
It was
different.
fine.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
maybe
You really good was a wrong way to say it. It was good, but I found it very interesting because it was just like a different type of match.
I don't know how long it ended up being. It felt like it was going for ages though. So I'll say that
It
much.
didn't feel
But
too
this
long
was
on TV. Maybe they edited it better or whatever, but on TV it didn't feel like it dragged
maybe,
too bad.
yeah, it was
The
rough.
ending
It
was a
was,
little weird. I didn't like the way like afterward when Paige, like I know they had an interaction beforehand and stuff, but it just seemed like a little like attacking him and then them running away. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't Paige. I'm talking about the one I found weird was King and Andretti. The post
oh
match of that, where like they
yes.
started fighting, Andretti goes outside to hit him, right? Drags all three back in the ring, and then uses the ropes to be like, like I can't reach you, even though you were just outside fighting them, and like you went in the ring to like kind of run away, but then you're trying to fight. I just hate when they do that. I'd rather like security be the one like push him back in the ring and prevent them. But they went like way before security separated them. It just looked kind of weird. I don't know how it looked live, but like on TV, it just didn't translate as well.
Yeah, no, I didn't think too much of it. Just like bodies were moving, everyone was running around. I
Makes
didn't
sense.
really. Camera probably made it more obvious
Fair,
what
yeah.
it was.
Five
Yeah,
year
that's all I had for Collision.
anniversary.
Yeah, 5 year Annie.
All
So
right, I like it.
yeah, first thing I have written down was even before the show started. Thoughts on Taz being attacked?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask about Sammy first. Whichever. Taz being attacked is, I'm assuming, for a Hook storyline. So who's just trying
Oh
to
yeah,
drag out Hook right now? It's no title line, so it's gonna be someone fresh. I'm hoping it's like someone new, not someone we see already. I'm hoping it's someone new. Maybe like an MVP thing, but that wouldn't really make sense to me because he's kind of going with the whole Swerve and Nana stuff.
so my thought was just based on how they presented it. The very next segment was Christian Cage, and he ended his segment by saying hook, line, and sinker. Now I know I'm threading a thin needle
Uh,
here, but like he specifically went like hook, pause, line, and sinker, and he could be going after his dad. I mean, it doesn't really make sense as to why, unless Taz says something on commentary we're forgetting. So I don't know.
I'm sure Taz
Um,
said something where he can just use at any point and be like, "Remember when you said this?" And then someone will find that
yeah,
little
so that
snippet.
could be it,
I
but
would
outside of
enjoy
that, I didn't
that.
know. You would or wouldn't.
I would because like it's gonna be one of the first storylines where Christian has a feud with someone with a dad instead of with a dead dad. So I'm gonna see how that translates.
The other thing I thought of that I proposed to our friends here in chat was, what if it was Hook?
I would.
Um,
I was thinking that, but I don't know how that would make sense because like you retired the FTW championship. It's not like he's pressuring you to keep like defending it or whatever. Like that would make more sense if Taz was like, no, like give it a few more defenses, give it a little bit more of a run. Then I can understand Hook being like, all right, I want to get out of your shadow or whatever. But like
well,
they've,
what better way to get out of the shadow and move on? I mean, the
but
belt's
he's not really
gone.
in his shadow. Like Taz doesn't
No,
manage
but
him. He doesn't really
no.
acknowledge Taz besides this last feud. Like I don't know.
Listen,
It would be a little bit of a stretch to me.
I said that before the promo that he cut.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, after the promo, I was kind of like, okay, probably not. That was very impassioned. And I don't think Hook is an Oscar-winning actor by any means. So yeah, I'm probably out on that now. But I did propose it
No,
immediately.
that'd be interesting, and I would like that if there was more meat to it. But like, just there hasn't been any kind of interaction that would like. There hasn't even been comments. It's not like people are like, "Oh, Taz's kid" or whatever. Like, if anything,
Yeah,
they're very
no, I know.
like, "Your kid's
I,
better than you," kind of the way they talk about it sometimes. So I don't know.
I don't think they're doing that. But yeah. So
Sammy getting hurt sucked. I feel bad.
yeah, Sammy. For those that did not know or did not see, Sammy Guevara apparently got injured before the AEW airing. on a pre-show Ring of Honor match. Apparently, it was from a springboard cutter. He landed the wrong way. I've not heard anything since about severity, but maybe that's a good sign because I feel like if it was very severe, we'd probably already hear something.
Yeah.
But who knows? We'll see. Best wishes to him, though. Friend of the show, Sammy Guevara. What's up? Big fan of the blog. And now, Danny, Ricochet versus Ospreay. Can I just say, like, if there was ever a time to say, be careful what you wish for, like, that match, if I get it kind of now, but if that was the match we were going to get at Grand Slam, I'm glad we didn't get it.
I would have been furious.
Yeah, I would have not been happy because it's one thing to do one of those two, but you do the fake like double pin thing, which it worked enough, but like very carefully.
The only reason it worked was because it was Rick Knox. He's
and I
only referee stupid enough to do that.
And I said to my brother like during the match, I was like, you know what? This is gonna have a screwy finish, and you want to know why? Because Rick Knox is out there.
Fucking Rick
Knox. He never referees like
the only
those two.
Dumbass one who would do and then TK setting him up so we like TK better. Fuck you too, TK. We know this is your bullshit trying to make us like hate Rick Knox and be like, oh, I'll restart the match. No, this was your doing, TK. You son of a bitch. We see right through you. So,
yeah, and then
I had
they
to
do
get that out. I'm good now.
I mean, no, you're good. You're good. Let it out, my friend. You're in a safe space. Like the match itself was fine. It was good.
I liked it.
It held up. I was enjoying it. But then they did like that finish, and then they restart to get the crowd all hot, and Takeshita comes out. Clearly, it's building for the triple threat that they're going to do, which is going to be awesome. So, like, it's fine. But all I kept thinking was, wow, okay, so if this is what they were going to do at Grand Slam, I'm good.
I'm glad they held it off. No, I thought the same thing.
I would have been really bummed out.
Yeah, for sure. That's so funny.
What else do I got? Let's see. Ooh, Mercedes Moné getting a card from MVP. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I like that.
We'll see where that goes.
A power couple.
Also,
Bobby, not like a couple, but like a power duo with MVP as their mouthpiece. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, and then Jay says, I heard Lady Frost hurt someone too. Yeah. I was going to mention it, but I figured nobody would care as much. But yeah, unfortunately, another match before the show, Lady Frost was wrestling a local talent, and Lady Frost dropped the local talent, I think, with some sort of driver and hurt her as well.
Sucks.
So it was not a great start to the show in Pittsburgh last night.
That sucks. Don't go to the pre-show in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, wishing her the best as well, naturally. Man, I wish Matt was on for this next part. The learning tree. Looks like the Ocho is no more. The Nueve is inbound. Jericho versus Mark Briscoe Wrestle Dream for the Ring of Honor World Title. I'm intrigued by the match. I'm nervous because I don't think he needs it at all. I don't think they'll give it to him, but they absolutely could.
I think they're going to give it to him.
Now, I'm willing to bet money on this. If you or anybody in chat wants to take me up on it, I cannot see them not making this a fight without honor for next Saturday.
What do you mean a fight without honor? Oh, I heard you.
At Wrestle Dream. Mm-hmm. So this fight without honor stipulation is basically like hardcore street fight, anything goes. And just Jericho in a one-on-one match with Mark Briscoe straight up, I have a hard time seeing them committing to that. We'll see. But I really do think they're going to make it a fight without honor. I'm holding out faith that they're going to keep it on Mark. But God help us if Jericho wins it.
Yeah, I can totally see them doing the Nueve, but I hope they don't. Great though segment. I mean, really liked it. It wasn't too much of the funny or stupid crap from Jericho. It was very more direct, and like bringing up Briscoe and Jay and stuff was awesome. And then seeing Mark go real serious and stuff, Really, really liked it. I thought it was a good segment, and if they can keep kind of bringing that more out from Briscoe, I think he's gonna land even more than he already does with hopefully some fans like Matt. So we'll see.
Yeah. And, and I like the Jay Briscoe shot. Obviously, like Mark was cool with it. Um, so I didn't see the issue with it. I was naturally a lot of people didn't like it. Half of that was because they just don't like Jericho. Um, Half of that was just because they're little butthurt people. But yeah, I had no problem with them using that. That's what wrestling's about, man. But,
For sure.
And it worked. So
Yep.
I'm cool with it.
Yep.
Uh, Adam Page's entrance last night. I don't know if I've never noticed this before, but the way they shot it, it was really cool with the smoke and the lighting. Like it actually looked like a desert or like a sandstorm blowing through as he was like standing there. And
Yeah.
It looked really, really cool.
I
So,
think it was just for last night. I've never seen them really like set it up like that before. I hope they do it more, but I think it was special last night.
And again, maybe it was just a coincidence. Who knows? But particularly last night, it looked really cool with the lighting and the smoke.
Yeah, for sure.
Filmed. I liked the match between the two of them, Paige and Juice. I thought it was very hot, very well done. And then, of course, afterwards, the big return, first big return.
Loved it.
Switchblade Jay White, back baby. It looks
he looks
like
good.
They're gonna keep him all baby face. I mean, he was gone. When did he leave? Did he leave in June?
I want to say
May?
yeah. I was gonna say at least 3 months.
Yeah, because
Not for a while.
they were doing the trios. They had the trios titles, so
Mhm.
maybe it was June or July. Because they only started doing that like House of Black stuff like in July-ish, leading up to All In. So maybe it was June or July.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, welcome back, Jay White. I think a nice shot in the arm, obviously, for the company. Anytime you get somebody big back like that.
Next has to be Danhausen.
Oh well, yeah, we'll see. We'll get to that later.
Will we?
Yeah, we will. Britt Baker return. Hooray! Hallelujah! Britsburg, full swing. I got nothing. I'm just hyping her up, I guess, because it's Pittsburgh.
It wasn't really anything big. Like cool. Britt Baker came back. Like she wasn't really gone. So like
she just wrestled thing or whatever. Yeah, my conspiracy hot take is that she wasn't ready for All In and they rushed her back.
Agreed, Jim. Big fart, and I agree with that too. Like she disappeared after the big whatever. Anyway, next point.
Yeah. Looks like I guess they're gonna do Britt and Mariah. I mean, I don't know, like because you had Mariah out there, and like out of everybody, I mean, there's Aminata, but she already fought Aminata. Deeb's a heel. You could do that, but she's wrapped up with Aminata, so I feel like it's going to be Britt and Mariah at Wrestle Dream.
That wouldn't be the worst. Gives Mariah a good win over a big name. I don't think they'll give it to Britt. So
yeah, and can I say like Mariah May every time she's been in the ring or doing a promo, for me at least, her stock is going up.
Oh yeah.
Big fan of hers. Like I liked her when she debuted, even before AEW, but like the switch that she flipped once she won the belt, not even when she turned, once she won the belt, like I could feel the difference in her and her character. Like she was waiting to do this.
I think it's one of those moments where the belt really helped catapult the wrestler. Like once she got the belt, I think the confidence came. I think everything just was like, all right, I'm in charge now, and you really feel it. Like you see her presence and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just very refreshing. It's very refreshing to see a character like this. Like I like it. It's good. She's being a heel and getting heel reactions. That's probably why. But
Jay DeFalco says the Willow segment backstage.
Yeah, no, very good point, Jay. So yeah, maybe Willow and Mariah's probably Wrestle Dream then. Britt's probably more long term for Full Gear.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's what I would think then. Good point though. I forgot about the Willow part.
And that kind of also brings me to the Statlander promo where kind of has a point where Statlander wins and how is Willow the one like kind of in the title picture? And I like what she said where it's like everyone who faces me should be glad because like you literally come out win or lose better than when you went in. You're a champion or you're a number one contender or whatever the case is. And she's kind of right. I hope they kind of run with that story. It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure. Annie, I am heartbroken. I am disheveled. I
Disheveled.
I'm a man that has lost his way because I can no longer chant shots when Private Party come out. Um, it just goes to show all it took was 1 week of Alex Abrahantes doing that stupid dance
He's
to the
the
theme song
worst.
for Private Party to go, you know what? He just killed it. We need a new theme.
The worst.
So that's my headcanon, is that Alex Abrahantes caused Private Party to change their theme song because he made it so incredibly lame they could never do shots again.
Yep.
So I'm really hurt.
Especially with that stupid roll. I hate the roll.
I don't mind the role. I don't
It's
mind when
the
Private Party did it.
worst. No, I
Abrahantes
hate
just
when
did it.
Abrahantes does it. It's the worst. It looks
He
terrible.
only did it like once or twice, but that's all it took, man. So screw him. He ruined it. Um, I hope Private Party gets the shot. I hope it pays off, man. Like I really would love to see them get the belts, but we'll see how that progresses. Also, another debut at the 5-year Annie. Shelton Benjamin is
Yeah.
all elite. Shows up. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna keep liking it until they bring in the other guy, and then I have to like it a little
Bobby
bit less.
Lashley. You could say his name. It's
Booby,
okay.
Booby, Lashley.
Booby Lashley.
Booby, Lashley. But yeah, I'm hyped. Shelton's in. Hopefully, he's gonna actually wrestle. I would think he will. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Do they bring in Cedric?
He just
Oh
resigned.
yeah, we said that. Who's gonna be the other member then? That's what I meant to ask. Sorry.
Who knows?
You can't be just the both of them unless it is Monet, which then it's literally like I said, you have those two with Shelton kind of as like their bodyguard, whatever. That would be
honestly,
interesting.
I think they'll be in cahoots. But I don't think Mercedes is going to join the group. She's going to stick as a solo act.
We'll see. All right.
I wouldn't put them together personally.
All right.
And they can be in like light cahoots, but I wouldn't do it. The Danielson Nigel thing. I was thinking about it when he was coming out last night. Like it kind of bugs me how I get leading up to the match, but even like afterwards and all last night, like yeah, Nigel talked about it, but like I think that's what's bugged me about the whole Danielson Nigel thing is like Danielson hasn't even like talked about it or put Nigel in his like radar with a promo or anything. I don't think there was any one segment where Danielson talked about Nigel. And like, yeah, again, Nigel talked about it and they cover it there, but I think that just bugged me how like I get he's got all this other shit going on, but it's like you just fought him, you just beat him, like just nothing. So that kind of
correct me if I'm wrong, has Danielson had a promo not in the ring when Moxley just attacked?
Well, he did one during the show backstage last night.
Okay, yes. Yeah, then that would have been, I guess, the moment to even,
yeah, it just got it didn't really hit me until he was coming out for the main event, and I was like, why didn't he like do nothing? I don't know.
Fair.
It kind of bugged me.
But that main event,
it was good.
It was a good main
Long
event,
overrun.
man. I still don't think I was crazy about the two title match, different rules in the same match kind of thing. I don't know.
Nah, you were crazy. It worked.
Okay.
It worked. I mean, listen.
I'm not saying it didn't. I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I still don't know if I'm a fan even seeing it work. Like, I don't know if I'm a big fan of it.
Well, that was the whole thing in my mind. I was like, okay, let's see when it hits minute 18, 19, 20. Like, if the crowd is hot for it and reacting to it, and it worked.
Of course.
And in my opinion, it worked because they reacted. Like, if the crowd didn't really feed into what you were doing, then it was a flop.
Yeah.
But I think commentary did a good job for the home viewer. Crowd reacted when he said 19 minutes. Okada rolling out for the the timeout of it. So I think it all worked.
Fair.
But now, Danny, I hate to say this.
Uh-oh.
I'm starting to worry that you were right a few weeks ago.
I love hearing that.
Because after the match, one of the first things Excalibur said when everybody came out was about Moxley. Who's pulling the strings? Who's making him do this? So now they've made it very clear there's somebody pushing this along that we don't know.
So the
And
reason,
now I'm
go ahead.
starting to worry. No, I'm starting to worry. You were right, and it's going to be Shane.
The reason
I don't.
I think it's Shane more than ever. First off, besides this whole bullshit of that they want to take back over and yada yada yada, that was the reason Blackpool Combat Club started, because they wanted to like make sure that wrestling was pure, yada yada yada. So it doesn't make sense that they turn their back on Danielson without giving him a chance to at least like continue with the group's initial reason, in my opinion. Secondly, is them specifically attacking Danielson, who has a past relationship with Danielson that's been rumored to come as Shane. That whole feud that they had that culminated at WrestleMania and stuff, like that is some personal stuff that he can bring into it that like fans will jump on right away, because that was a big moment for Danielson to come back and shit. So that's the second reason. And the biggest reason, Moxley still hasn't given us a real reason. All he's doing is like alluding to like, oh, we're taking over, we're making wrestling, blah blah blah. But like,
and he keeps
what's the
saying,
real reason you attacked Danielson specifically? What's the real reason that this whole mind change happened? Who's telling you? Who's convincing you? Who's doing all this shit? Who's big enough to do that?
and he's saying, he's like, I don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to do this. Like, it's not about me. It's about making the company XYZ. I didn't want you to win the title. Like, I prayed you didn't win the title because you didn't want to do this. So
But
like,
like, why? Like, it doesn't make
it's
sense.
making me think, like, okay, so like, what's going to end up being the payoff here?
Yeah.
Like, because the leader bans, you can't make like you're coming after buying AEW or getting AEW. It's just too many heels. Then like, there's no faces to counteract that.
Well, that is going to be the problem, though. Is eventually you do have to interact with the Bucks, and eventually, if you're going to try to say you're taking over the company, then you do have to interact with the heel EVP. So, do they wait long enough to hopefully the EVPs do a face change and Omega comes back, and then they can do that kind of thing? If Omega comes back, if that's a possibility, I don't know, but like that would be the only way that could work, is a heel versus heel. Just, I mean, it would work with the way the Bucks are. It would still work, but it just won't be as good, I think. I could be wrong. I was wrong about last night's main event apparently, so I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, good point. You were wrong. But yeah, I don't know where it could go. And like, not to knock her, because I know I don't like her, but I'm willing to give this a chance. But it's like, okay, Marina Shafir. Like,
that's the biggest
what is,
clue, by the way.
Like, what is she gonna like do when push comes to shove? Like, because all she's doing right now is interacting with. This is what big wrestling thing that bugs me. Like, she's interacting, she's choking out, beating up the men. But like, okay, the men can't hit the women, so it's like, what are you going to do with her? Like, who is she going to fight?
Eventually, I think she has to attack someone who has a female ally, and that's where her thing will start. Like, it wouldn't be him, but like an Adam Cole type if him and Britt were still together, like that, like something like that. If Cassidy was still with Statlander, like something like that. The problem is, I've just mentioned two that broke up. I can't think of one current that would work, and that's no, because she's not signed. But like Ricochet and what's her face?
That's Irvin.
Yeah, but she's not signed with AEW, so like that does like there's no female ally right now that's with a male that they would attack that would make sense.
I don't know. I mean, and then like the last thing I did was like I looked through the whole
maybe
AEW
something like that.
roster.
Sammy and a returning Tay. Sorry to cut you off, but Jade Falco put in the chat Sammy and a returning Tay. Maybe that's a possibility. What were you saying though?
No, like I was trying to think. I was like, okay, like try and be reasonable. Take Shane out of it. Like, it's not Shane.
Of course. Who?
Like, where do you go? And like
William Regal.
So I wrote down a few names, and I don't think any of them really make sense.
Let's go.
I'm gonna pitch them to you.
Let's go.
Adam Cole.
Terrible. The devil.
But again, this is me like just thinking.
Only reason that wouldn't work. Why would Moxley listen to Adam Cole?
Well, and that's honestly the big thing with all of these is like, like, what's the leverage? And that's why I think it's Mox trying to protect AEW from Shane buying it. I think that's what they're gonna fucking do.
If you're gonna have a bunch of wrestlers, I'm probably gonna say no to all of them. just a heads up.
And well, again, this is the thing. Most of them are wrestlers. I don't agree with. I probably agree with one, maybe two of them. Otherwise, I don't agree with the rest of them.
All right.
Alakai.
They don't fit with him.
Yeah, but I'd be again. I mean, that's
and why drop House of Black?
He wouldn't drop him. He'd be the one like forcing him to like do what he's doing. You know, the House of Black. House always wins. Like not like dark demonic whatever, but like him like influencing or whatever. I don't know.
The House of Black pool combat.
This is. I'm not saying they merge up. I'm saying they're threatening them. So it's a combative thing, not a joining thing.
Okay.
Yeah, this is me trying to find an answer that's not.
No. I know. I'm trying to be like, yeah, no, I can see that.
Right. Next one is probably the top pick in my opinion. Danhausen.
Let's go. Money. All Danhausen wants is money, bro.
He's cursing Moxley.
He's cursing. Would fucking love that. That would be. I mean, I don't. They could do no wrong in my eyes with that whole. It could be the worst storyline ever, and I would still go to bat for it every week just because I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, the last two don't really make much sense. But again, this is me just getting whatever I can off the roster that I'm looking at. Omega, probably definitely not. And then I wrote the Righteous, but like they're nowhere near that level. You could use them there with the way they've done their things. But they're not like at that level to be payoff.
So with Kenny, it doesn't make sense because Danielson is a face. So like, if Kenny's a face EVP, why would he turn heel after trying to go against the heel EVPs?
I know.
Yeah, and funny enough about the Righteous, I saw them and I instantly regretted putting that man in the big man category because once I saw him run down with everyone, I was like, that pussy's not a big man. Like Lance Archer's towering over him. Terrible call.
Oh. Well, it's almost like I was right. And you were wrong.
I do want to finish the AEW with Yuta. I think is having a great role in this story. The Saturday night match, I think he played it really well. Where like he was refusing to tag in, he got forced to tag in, still kind of like landing getting attacked until he was pushed to like have to defend himself, kind of. And then last night was great. I think it's a setup. And I think Yuta joins them next week.
Again, you kind of have to because if you
hope he doesn't.
Of course, you hope he doesn't. But here's the thing: like,
I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, well, duh. No shit. Well, no, because if he doesn't, then you have to strip the belts off of them.
No, you don't. They keep defending until like they just. What I think happens is if he doesn't. They defend again, and Cesaro, oh my God, Claudio and Pac just kind of leave him to die in the ring against three guys.
Well, but again, this is you like saying he has to pick a side, and like so far he's like pick the side. Listen, I don't want them to strip. I think he's going to.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's good. It's good.
Last night. I thought they were going to do it last night. I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, when he came out the hammer, I was like, don't do it, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great part of the storyline. We literally don't know, and that's the best part of it. And next week is going to be a legit surprise either way because like we don't know what to expect. So some of us are going to be like, yeah, he's going to turn, and then if he doesn't turn, we're going to be like, yes, he doesn't turn, until the pessimist then says, oh, what if he turns next week? And then that's what's great about this kind of shit, man. That's why I love wrestling so goddamn
truthfully,
much.
He shouldn't. Truthfully, he shouldn't.
Should
I feel like
not.
they've already kind of laid the table enough there. Like, doesn't need to at all.
Agreed. And I also don't think he fits in with that group if it is Shane, because everyone in that group has a WWE connection besides him. So I think that's another good aspect of kind of leave him out of that group. If Shane is the one coming in, as much as we'll hate it, it at least makes it a little more sense for me.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Moving on to the land that must not be named in Juice's presence. WWE.
We just do bad blood predictions and talk about this stuff during it.
That's exactly what I'm going to do, Juice, because I am a great friend and co-host, and I don't want to
Thank
make
you.
you suffer unnecessarily.
Thank you.
Plus, most of the good things I was going to talk about really just have to do with Bad Blood anyway, so there's really no reason to talk about a lot of other stuff.
Uh,
So let's start with SmackDown. SmackDown, some key notes from SmackDown, some notable moments. SmackDown again is slowly becoming, not slowly, rapidly becoming a bad show, and it's very disappointing because like the Bloodline just can't carry it, and they're trying to make them carry it, and it's falling so flat, and it's disappointing because everything else on SmackDown can work, and they're just putting a tag team match on SmackDown instead of a pay per view, putting the U.S. title feud on SmackDown instead of a pay like. It's just so upsetting. So SmackDown opened up with another Bloodline versus Rhodes, Owens, and Cody thing. The only significant thing from here that's going to start unrolling itself over the next few weeks is Cody and KO. They are just eventually going to fight each other, and you can kind of tell the road it's going. Every time KO tries to tell Cody his feelings about this whole Roman thing, he gets cut off by the Bloodline. KO sets up a match for the main event. Cody tries to make it a 6-man, and KO's like, nah, you have your Bad Blood match. Go worry about that. It's going to be a tag team, me and Randy versus Fatu and Solo. So already like the dissension, Randy's trying to be the middleman, which is very interesting because you don't really see that from the Randy Orton character. I kind of like this sympathetic face character that he's trying to do. So that's interesting. We'll see how that goes. Bailey versus any thoughts? You know what? You just kind of do one of these if you have a thought, and I'll let you go instead of putting you on the spot.
Okay. Did you see the Pat McAfee segment?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I think I missed that segment.
Oh, it didn't happen on TV. It happened on McAfee show.
Oh, as I say, I don't remember any McAfee segment, but I guess I missed that segment.
So, apparently at the end of the interview, because Cody was on this past week,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the interview, I don't know if it was meant to be on camera or not, they were like shaking hands or like, whatever, like saying goodbye to each other. And McAfee said to Cody, like, "Oh, I heard the big man is gonna be in town this weekend," implying what I think is The Rock. So something to keep in mind if
I figured they were talking about Roman, but yeah, The Rock would make more sense in that context. Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see.
All right.
We'll see. So are we making picks now, or
not yet? Because the main event. I'll just get to the main event so we can make the first pick. And the main event was Orton and Owens losing to Solo and Fatu. They tried to, just the numbers game. Cody Rhodes ran down, tried to help, didn't help. Led to Owens being upset because he told Cody not to come out. They pushed and shoved. Randy Orton got in between. Yada, yada, yada. Main event, for Bad Blood, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline. Matt has the Bloodline. Who do you got?
This one's tough because
and no Roman on the show.
Matt's picks have no weight because he doesn't watch. He completely just made it up. So
you don't watch either.
Yeah, but at least I'm like relatively in the loop of what's going on.
That's fair.
He told us. Fair. He told us he has no idea what's going on.
And in his defense, his picks aren't awful for not knowing any idea what's going on.
No, they're pretty awful.
I will say one thing about this card, besides maybe one or two matches, a lot of it I'm not sure where it's going to go. Like, it can go either way. I know where it makes more sense and where they'll probably go, but it wouldn't shock me if they went a different way for a couple of these matches.
It's only 5 matches. You're like, 1 or 2. Yeah, well, this is one of those ones where I feel like Cody and Roman have to win. Like, oh, how can they not? But, like, also the Bloodline really needs to win. So this is Fatu and Solo?
Mm-hmm.
Or the other two?
No, Fatu and Solo.
And they're not the tag champions, right?
No.
It's the other two?
Yes.
All right. I'll see how SmackDown goes. I'll think about it. Put me down for Bloodline.
And, I kind of agree with that as much as this is Roman's return match and all this, it's still going to be an uneasy alliance. It's not like Roman and Cody are friends. There's still going to be too many numbers game. You're going to assume Owens and Orton comes out, and that plays a role into them losing, just like it did on Friday.
Something has to go wrong.
Exactly.
It can't be Cena Orton in 2010 winning every Raw tag main event together.
So, even though I hate it, I just assume it has to be the Bloodline. So, that's that. The only other thing from SmackDown notable, especially for Bad Blood, was the number one contender for the Women's Championship. Bayley beats Naomi. They were fine afterward. There's no issue with that. There's obviously dissension with Nia Jax and Tiffany. That'll play a role probably in the aftermatch if she decides to do something there. But who do you got between Bayley and Nia Jax?
I'm actually going to defer to you. I want you to go first, and I want you to tell me why I should believe in Bayley winning.
I don't believe in Bayley winning. I do believe,
but I need you. Why? I need you to tell me.
Oh, why Bayley could win? Gotcha.
I need you to tell me the WWE reason.
So very simple WWE reason that Bayley could win is the whole Tiffany Nia Jax issue, where literally Nia Jax took her by the throat this week and was like, make sure I don't lose, figure out what the hell happened, and then like threw her to the side and was like, and now we're friends, and then walks off. So it's very easy that like Tiffany can come out and maybe cost her the match, or I doubt it, but it's a possibility. I don't think it'll happen. I do think it's going to be a Nia Jax win, where they're trying to set up Tiffany kind of being face and eventually taking the title off her because she's going to be bullied by her. But
this feels like it could be a trap.
Agreed.
Like, is this Bayley's first, like, I know she had to like fight matches to earn the shot, but is this Bayley's first win? Like not first win. Is this Bayley's first
like clean win?
No, is this her first rematch for her title? Because Nia beat Bayley for it at SummerSlam, right? If I recall.
Yes, I don't think she had a rematch for it though.
Like, so is this technically like Bayley's rematch?
But she earned it going through the number one contender, and then
I'm just saying though, this is like the first like shot she's getting to win it back. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna say Nia, but I'll see how SmackDown goes.
Yeah.
I could
all
see
our
Bayley...
cards are subject to change. Brings us to Raw, and I know you're so excited to hear about this week's Raw, man. Don't worry, bro. I'll save the main event for last, even though it has nothing to do with Bad Blood. I know you're so excited to hear about the new chapter and the monsters versus monsters. Please control yourself, Juice. Please. So, few notable things. A lot happened on Raw. Not everything for Bad Blood, so I'm going to kind of run through some stuff not Bad Blood related, but interesting. Braun Breaker, Jey Uso comes out. The belt does have color now. Jey Uso's IC belt does have the blue color in it, and I think it looks so much better. I do agree with Matt. That looks like a great belt. Comes out, celebrates. Braun Breaker comes out, congratulates him, and that was really it. No weird interaction, no attack, no backhanded anything. That was that. Later in the night, Braun Breaker and Walter have an interaction backstage where Braun Breaker's just like, I just wanted to see the belt up close. Walter made a comment back to him, and that was pretty much that. So it looks like that's where they're going to be headed in the not so distant future. Next up, and this I really like, is I've been saying how much I like this part of it, the New Day. Next chapter in the New Day. So Xavier Woods versus Rey Mysterio. I don't know if you saw how that match ended, but Rey Mysterio had him like a weird hold. Xavier Woods went to like go grab him by the head and pulled off the mask. Definitely by accident. It was not on purpose, but in seeing the aftermath, he saw that Rey was covering his face, took advantage, rolled him up for a pin. Afterward, you could see like on his face that he was a little conflicted about how he won, but accepted the win. Backstage, interaction with Kofi. Kofi says that he was approached by Jey for the IC belt. Xavier got butthurt at first and was like, oh, you're going to do great, man. Don't worry about it. And Kofi was like, nah, bro, you got the title shot. I told him you deserve it. So Xavier Woods got all happy about that. Xavier Woods versus Jey Uso next week for the IC belt. Later on the night, when Kofi faced Chad Gable, though, Xavier came out to help because there was a numbers game with the Creed brothers, then went to help Kofi win by... So Kofi threw Chad into the ropes, Xavier went to go trip Chad, didn't realize Kofi was going for a Trouble in Paradise, so Kofi missed the move. Chad took advantage and won. So that's going to see how that unveils next week with him costing Kofi the match, but he has the IC title match. We'll see how that goes.
Kofi's going to cost Woods. Spoiler alert.
Interesting. We'll see if that does pan out. And then the other non-Bad Blood, let me just double check really quick. The other non-Bad Blood match, fine, I'll spoil it now, man. You dragged it out of me. I can just feel you waiting for me to talk about. Actually, no, I don't care about that. The main event, Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman, Monster versus Monster Man. They ripped the whole arena apart. It was crazy. And then the end was no joke, man. We talked about this last week. And we've been talking about this for a while. And exactly what we said happened where not only did they drop the ball, Juice, I don't think they remembered where the ball was. They went to go do the ring spot, man. It was no joke. The worst ring spot ever in the history of WWE. I don't know if you saw the clips of it, the way that ring demolished was awful.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, you go back and watch any of those segments. Honestly, this is going to sound so stupid when I say it. If you watch old clips and watch the last clip, you'll get it. Like, every time the ring breaks, it breaks and breaks again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a multi-thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like they do like forward or to the side, then forward. This time they only did like forward. So they half-assed the ring imploding. Obviously everybody in the world could tell they were going to do it because the turnbuckles were different. And the ref falling, that was nothing. But yeah, the whole thing was just very uninspired and stupid. And I'm glad that Braun Strowman tore his groin because he sucks, and I hope he's not on anytime soon.
Yeah.
Jay says worst spot in wrestling, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And I told you what they were going to try to do with it. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to say, so Jay, are you saying that the ring breaking as on a whole is the worst spot, or just that
specific ring break
version? Because I think the barricade breaking is the worst spot.
We know.
One of the worst spots going.
But
I hate that spot.
And I told you what I thought they were going to do with it, and I knew it was going to happen, where they were going to try to make the ring demolish, like explode out. And it didn't work because it happened so slow and so little. Like, it didn't flatten out.
There was a little delay, too.
Yeah, so it really felt
wasn't like right when they hit. Like, they hit, and then it wasn't very well timed.
Agreed.
Not good.
Agreed. All right, so that was the last of the non-Bad Blood stuff. So back to Bad Blood. Let's run through this stuff. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. That was pretty much the Judgment Day thing of the night. Was the opening where they had their opening segment where they were talking about Bad Blood. Rhea comes out, Damon comes out, they get one up, and then the numbers game overtakes them, and they both got taken out. The problem with this is you technically need both of them to lose. You need Rhea and Damian to both lose because they both got the win at the last pay-per-view. It's a title match. Finn, I think, really needs the win, and I don't know if they both lose, and that's what I'm afraid with. I think it should be Finn and Liv, and I'm going to say Finn and Liv for both of them, and I'm not confident that it's going to be Finn and Liv.
Oh, Danny. Oh, Danny.
Oh,
you forget.
Me. Oh, me.
You forget. This is the WWE.
I know, man. That's what I'm saying.
It's the land of 50-50 booking.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Give me Priest and Liv.
You're taking Priest and Liv. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then really the main event of the night. The big match. All they had was a stupid promo inside the Hell in a Cell with security. I hate when they do that. But, I
guarantee you this opens the show.
You think? Yeah, of course, because Rhodes and Reigns versus Bloodline has to close it. Yeah, that sucks.
Guarantee you.
They should close it.
You.
So, CM Punk versus Drew, what we assume should be the last chapter in the feud.
Please.
If it's the last chapter, I feel like it has to be CM Punk going over. So that's going to be my pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think it's time for Punk to move on, if not to Walter, just anything else. Because, I know there's a lot of injury time in there. But my God, we're coming up on a full year of him being in WWE.
Yep.
And all he's done is feud with Drew.
Well, that's because the first 3 months he didn't work, and then he got hurt after that.
I know, and I'm saying, I acknowledge that, but it's outside of a little sprinkle of Seth, it's been only Drew. For the love of God, let's get him going with someone else. Let's sink the team
again,
something new.
I understand what you're saying, but that is the problem. Even though it's only been Drew, he's only been wrestling recently. He's been here for a year, but before Drew, he had one match, and it wasn't even a singles match. It was the Rumble. He showed up at Survivor Series, did nothing until the Rumble, got hurt at the Rumble, and did nothing until the Drew feud started. So, when you really put it in perspective, it's only been 2 months or 3 months of CM Punk wrestling. So, with that, it does need to move on, but it's not because he's done nothing else. It's because he hasn't been able to do anything else, I think. But yeah, no, I think Punk goes over. I think he needs to go over. So I think that is where we end our night with a CM. What?
Do you know? So I just looked because you said it, and I had to know for sure. I didn't know how many house shows he's been doing, if any.
Mm-hmm.
And so including the MSG house show and all the house shows, since he's been in WWE, any guesses how many matches he's wrestled?
30.
You sure you want to go with that?
Yes.
5. He's wrestled 5 times. He fought
all on TV, Dom. So nothing, and except for the one live event at MSG.
He did the 2 MSG. He did the 2 holiday shows. He fought Dom twice at house shows. So 2 house shows, and the Rumble where he got hurt,
and 2
priests. And SummerSlam, and then Bash in Berlin.
That's so fucking
funny. That's it. That's all he's done in a year in the ring.
And he was, but again, he was hurt for most of that year. So that's the other shitty part about it.
Yeah, it's just why isn't he get him on Raw? Let him fight people.
He's gonna get him.
Let's go.
All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, those are our Bad Blood results. Predictions. Haha. We're wait for the results. Hopefully, it's a good pay-per-view. Or I'm sorry, PLE. We hope it works out well. He had to take off the headphones. He heard PLE. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us same time, same place. Next week, we'll have some results. We'll have some new segments. We hope you all have a great week. Enjoy October. Enjoy spooky season. See you guys soon. Juice, say bye, Juice. Juice, say bye. All right, bye, Juice.